I think you know as well as there's nobody in here trying to record other people's business. Can I go in there and record my public records request?
I'm not going to stop you.
So I won't be arrested. These unconstitutional signs, they're going to fool some people who don't know any better. I'm being completely ignored now. Records requests, they're not being produced. This place becomes like a fortress. People go in there, won't come back out. Go in with the perimeter of the restricted area, and they'll never face you again. So where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? I just got a 3:30 meeting with the chief.
Did you?
No.
I was gonna say,
He would never.
Cool.
He would never talk to me. We are back out at the Deland Police Department in Florida, where the story seems to never stop. Today you're going to be introduced to a new face, Captain Quinn, who I've not yet had the pleasure of speaking to. You've seen in previous videos how my interactions with the other captains, Captain Milan and Captain Dice, went. And they say both of those videos with those interactions resulted in negative feedback to the department, which they somehow blamed on me. This interaction with Quinn is going to be a little bit different. You may be surprised. You may hear some things that we very rarely hear from law enforcement. Things like, "You were right," and other similar things. But another saga unfolded while I was here. Just before I got here today, a resident who had spoken with us previously about some dealings she's having with the department came back to the police department to retrieve a vehicle that had been seized by the police department and was now being returned back to her. She came in and she spoke to Carol, who's the manager of the records department apparently, and the resident was told that she has to sign a release of liability in order to get her vehicle back. If she doesn't sign it, she can't have her vehicle. Allegedly, so says Carol. Now this would release the police department from any potential liability for any potential loss or damages to her vehicle. She said she doesn't want to sign that because what if it's torn apart? Again, she was told if she doesn't sign it, she can't have her own property back. This was taking place inside that lobby where they're attempting to ban the First Amendment. The resident took out her phone and said, "Okay, I'll sign it, but I want to record it so I can prove that I did this under duress." She was then told allegedly by Carol that if she records this interaction within that lobby, she will have her arrested. Unfortunately, the average citizen is not familiar with most of their rights and laws and how things work, and given those unconstitutional signs and that unlawful threat from a records clerk, she was in fear of being arrested and being led to believe she had no choice but to sign that form if she wants her car back. She reluctantly signed it under duress, then got in contact with us to fill us in, and I just happened to already be at the police department. I was then joined by Stephen Sanders, and we ran into Carol from Records and decided to attempt to inquire on this unlawful, rights-violating conversation she had with the resident. So I spotted Carol just outside here, and as we go out to try to have a conversation with her, I see Captain Quinn pull in, who I've tried to have a conversation with in the past. So this kind of turned into a double agenda. We're going to try to address this incident I just detailed to you, and then I'm going to attempt to speak to Captain Quinn about these ongoing, never-ending issues. Let's see where it goes.
Carol, are you having people sign paperwork without having them record? You arrest them if they record?
Can you give a second, guys?
No. I can't give you a second. This lady just threatened a citizen with arrest. Carol, you threatened a citizen with arrest.
Hey, so you know with this thing right here, what she did, she told someone was trying to record their interaction a little while ago, and they were being forced to sign a release, a legal release, and she wanted to record it for her own documents.
Okay.
She told them that if she records it, she'll be arrested.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
I wasn't here. So
Are you captain, lieutenant, or?
I'm a captain patrol.
Okay.
Captain Quinn, are you okay if someone says, "Hey,
I'm not going to answer
signing-"
anything that I didn't witness myself. Okay.
I'm asking you a simple question.
I'm
Evidence.
just telling you. I'm just not.
As a
answer
general
anything.
question.
I'm not going to answer
No.
anything unless I see it. Okay? Because we can have general questions.
Can I go in there and record my public records request,
I'm
or
not
will?
going to stop you. No.
So I won't be arrested.
No, you will not be arrested.
So if you told me that I was going to be arrested, that would be.
I would not tell you to be arrested.
You know, I can't record
I'm sorry.
anything.
I missed you the other day. I was actually doing something. I wasn't trying to avoid you.
Yeah. Well, when you
And
came out running, I was just joking. I knew you weren't actually
Yeah, I
running
wasn't going
physically
after you, I
from me.
promise you.
But when you came back, and I was hoping to talk to you, but then you went in the back.
But then when I came out, I did park out back there. I didn't see you again when I came back out doing what I was doing. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying
yeah,
to say.
somebody was yelling at you. Waved to me at the same time. Somebody else was yelling at me that the post office is private property.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, it was just it was a big cluster back there.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I was. It seems that everybody's avoiding me here. The root of a lot of the frustration, I want to get this out, is because, like an example here, right? We'll have a specific issue that we're trying to address for the public, not even for our own personal gain or anything, for the public. And what happens is this place becomes like a fortress. People go in there, won't come back out. Go in with the perimeter of the restricted area, and they'll never face you again. So where's the transparency? Where's the
got you.
accountability? So that gets
Let me ask you
frustrating
this, though.
because you run in, people run in there, never come back out. Hey, we don't have to face you. We are the public.
But the people who do stay out and talk to you, you get yelled at.
Do they?
No, that's not true.
You are.
Did-
You were
Am I
literally
yelling right now?
not right now. Not you're calmed down.
I
a
was
little bit.
upset.
I got you. But why are you upset with me?
I wasn't upset with you. You interjected in between me and Carol.
Okay, I'll disagree with you about interjection.
Fair enough.
All I see is you converging on her, and I see her walking up to me. I said, "Hey, can you give me a second?" And I said it politely. I didn't yell at you. I didn't scream at you. I said, "Can you give me a second?" And you, the one, get upset with me for asking you to stop.
Because you're asking me to stop what I'm doing.
I just asked you.
Why do you get that right?
Let me ask you this. I'm just getting out of my car. I'm getting bombarded with two different people.
I
And I
wasn't
see you
bombarding
guys.
you.
I see two guys basically running towards an employee.
You saw your employee hiding.
No, I didn't see anything.
From transparency.
We can argue, we can disagree, we can do everything else. I know you're frustrated. Filter it towards what you're frustrated at,
Oh,
and not
trust
with
me,
me.
I do.
Okay.
I filter it pretty
I'm just
well.
saying. It's just that I.
And that's the problem. And we come to administration, like Captain Dice is, you're aware, he had a conversation with me, right?
That's-
and
Well,
then
the
and
emails
then
that he sends
li-
out to
and listen,
reports.
I published. I did nothing to that, but showed the public the conversation in its entirety.
I got you.
And I'm demonized for that as somehow the bad guy who paints a negative picture on the department. That's not
And again-
his. I can't make anyone look bad or good, and I'm trying, and
I agree with that.
I'm giving suggestions. We're all giving suggestions and ideas and things to better this for everybody, for members of this department, for the public, and that's what happens. We come to administration, then look, I'm being completely ignored now. Records requests, they're not
Same.
being produced. No one will talk to me. Because why? Because all I did was things just like this and show the public the full interaction. That's it. So if someone is demonizing me because they don't like the way that came out, they should reflect on the reason for that, because I don't have a magic camera and I'm not pulling puppet strings.
I got you.
It's, you know what I mean? So it's
I do
frustrating
got-
because we come to administration, then administration comes here and hides and kind of protects the other people that are doing things. So then we run into a brick wall.
It's like you guys. I
watch this.
can't speak for other people who work here. I can't.
Right.
I can't. And nor am I going to.
Right.
That's why I'm out here trying to talk to you. I can see you're frustrated. I saw when you walked up, you were
Yeah.
frustrated. But as a police officer, I try to take control. When all I ask you, just give me a second. I said it very politely to you. Just let me finish, please. And I just want to see what's going on. See if I can help you, or help her, or help all. So we all have the same understanding, right? You're talking about transparency. So if I just started yelling, screaming at you, took her side, then I understand why you'd be mad at me. But all I did was she come up to me for a second, and I could see that she was distressed. When I asked you, just give me a second, I could tell you were kind of stressed. So I'm just trying to get control. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. As a
Even
human
if you
being, as a
understood, yeah.
man to man, that's what I was trying to do.
Even because
See,
I'm
and what we get a lot too is
And that's what I'm trying to get at right now.
I wasn't there. I'm not going to talk about that. That's kind of what we get a lot. But you're a supervisor here at a department talking about an issue, so we get that a lot too. I wasn't there. I'm not even going to discuss that. But
But is that fair for me to discuss since I wasn't here though?
So again, why would I
but
come
that's
to
why
you?
we have a discussion.
But I wasn't here to hear what happened. I wasn't here to hear what. All I have, as I pulled in here, is that she come up to me and said, "I need to talk to you real quick."
Oh, and she knows now. I'm pretty sure she's well aware of the incident I'm referring to, and she'll explain to you which incident.
Well, that's exactly why she went right up to
and
you.
I'm going to go in there and see what happened.
Yeah.
Because it's my concern here too.
Well, she threatened somebody with arrest
Yeah.
Okay.
for trying to document their own interaction. And I think you know as well as there's nobody in here trying to record other people's business. Just like her, she's trying to record her own interaction and gets threatened by arrest with a records supervisor, right? And because these signs, these unconstitutional signs, they're going to fool some people who don't know any better. So when people who don't know the rights and don't know the laws, when they come in and see that sign, then someone says, "Hey, stop that, or I'm going to arrest you." The common person is like, "Crap."
I don't want to get arrested. I just got my. She's like, if you don't sign this paperwork, we're going to impound your vehicle. So You guys have already inconvenienced her for the last week and a half without her vehicle. She couldn't get any reason why.
Talk about the bicycle right there?
The bike, no.
Okay.
Just about an hour ago.
Again, didn't know nothing about
Right.
it. I'm going to use that famous term. I don't know nothing about
it. It was a
it.
Buick and Sable, I believe.
Okay.
There's 2 vehicles, and the warrant wasn't signed until after the actual car
There was signed?
The warrant was not signed until after the car was already taken.
Okay.
You guys released it, but you wanted her to sign away a claim of deed so that way she couldn't sue you for any damages to the vehicle. She asked, can I get some advice on this because I don't know what I'm signing. Or Carol said to her that if she did not sign it, it would be impounded and she would have to pay the fees. And she said, well, can I record you saying this so that way I can sign this under duress so I can get my car back?
Gotcha.
She said, no, if you record any of this, I'm not a law enforcement officer and you will be under arrest. Okay. And that's what she told her. And so she signed away her right to sue you under duress and has no record.
Under the fear she's about to be arrested if she doesn't.
If that's what happened, that's wrong. Like I said, if that's what's happened, that was wrong. And again, I'm going to use that famous sentence I said earlier. I can't comment on it. I don't know. I just got here. So I will go and get with our captain. I'll get with that. And I'll look into it. If that's what's happening, that's wrong. We can't give that kind of
And there's audio on these lobby cameras. Yeah, there's audio on the lobby cameras.
No, there's not.
There isn't?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I know that.
I merged my audio.
I appreciate you not lying to me. I know you.
Listen,
I stitched my audio on.
Dice would not do that for me, but.
Well, again, I'm not going to speak for somebody else. It's like I wouldn't want you to speak for yourself. I want you to speak for yourself. I like to hear from the source, right? Because then nothing's lost in translation, whatever you want to call it.
Can I pass something on you real quick?
Absolutely.
I tried to do it to Umberger. I tried to do it to Dice. No one will talk to me, right?
Right.
I've been trying to pass information to this department that they can do something to better their image, get more public respect. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of issues. I'm sure you know some of them. There's at least 6 members of this department that reach out to me all the time. And so many of them thank me. I appreciate you do this. So there's issues in there, right?
Yeah.
And
there's issues everywhere.
I tried to, right, that's right. And when I try to bring them to administration's attention, right, instead of listening to me, so I know both sides of it. I know how things work. And I think that's why a lot of administration in some of these agencies, I'm kind of a thorn in their side because I don't, I can't be shut down by the normal bullshit. I know the cops complaining, I know all that stuff. But there are issues, and instead of listening to these issues, instead they try to figure out who's talking to me. Who's telling him these things? That's wrong, right? That's the wrong way to go about it because the fact that people are telling me things, like you said, sometimes birdies have agendas. 100%, right? So everything.
Who has agenda?
Sometimes little birdies have agendas, right? So I have to vet.
I got you.
We vet everything very carefully, and we have to dig through and get evidence of things because some people do have agendas, and I'm fully aware of that. But here's the thing.
Flags I spend on public records.
Oh, I got you. Okay. But I'll say, can I just say this though? Yesterday is my 27th year here, my anniversary.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And thank you. I'll say there's a lot of good folks here, and there's a lot of guys
and
girls that are just not happy with what's going on.
Right.
I can tell you firsthand. We've had a bunch of meetings last couple of weeks amongst everybody in the city manager, and we are going to change a couple things here.
Yeah.
And do we thank you guys for that? Okay. Do we thank the people who don't want to say anything to me because I am the captain, but they forget that I've been here 27 years?
They have fear. They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're more comfortable.
We don't want that.
They're more comfortable emailing me so they can be a silent person. You understand that. I know you understand
because
that.
how I run things and how I don't say run things, but how I like to manage my ways. I have an open door policy. I want them to come talk to me and see if I can fix it at my level. A lot of things don't need to go all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
Some things need to.
And that is good. And even some people might not fear you, but they might fear being labeled by coworkers like, oh, he's the rat or the teacher's pet or whatever.
But they're helping me do my job, make my job easier, and I can sleep well at night because I know it's getting run right, and then nobody's violating rights, and everybody's doing the right thing, right?
Yeah, so that's our goal. Yeah,
guys and girls, whoever they are, guys and girls who do come to you guys because it helps us.
Yeah,
so that's how I look at it. I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. You guys are out here.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, let me finish throwing this at you real quick. It's what I wanted to tell Dice. This department could lead the way for other departments. I'm sure
that's what we strive to do.
I'm sure there's some somewhere that do this. None in this area that I'm aware of. But what brought my attention here, and then it spiraled into other things too, was the internal investigation with Clark. Right? The way that was handled, some of those things, some of these. I know you've at least heard of the videos of my interactions with Milan and Dice. The the way that was handled, there were allegations, yes, right? He said, she said. Both sides, cops.
Right.
Some of these allegations were alleged to take place at a high school, right? I took issue that the high school wasn't notified because regardless, people should be aware that that report exists.
Right.
And if they want to learn more, read it and make their own determination, right? But parents and teachers at the school, staff, whatever, I feel like they should know. When I did contact the school and the school board, they were disturbed that they hadn't been notified. They had no idea about it. And, you know, I feel like as a department, that should have been something that, hey, right away for full transparency, go to the school like, hey, here's our findings. But just because it did involve the school, you should be aware of it. You know, read this, check it out. Let us know if you need anything further, something like that, right? But, you know, like I've been told, it's public record. We're not hiding it. It's public record. We all know that the general public doesn't even know these things exist unless it's presented to them, right? People say to me all the time, holy crap, how did you get your hands on that? You got somebody on the inside? They don't know. But here's the, you know, and I know nobody wants to talk about that because I think that was a genuine flub on the department. I believe the department probably behind closed doors did say, we should have probably notified the school, he's right. And nobody wants to say that. I would respect the hell out of that, you know, but I get it.
If Clark would have charged that guy with that misdemeanor, we probably would have never even looked into Clark.
Yeah, I don't want to derail quite yet. I'm almost to my point. So if a department like this department put out like a quarterly report, maybe in the lobby for people without internet access, and then on either the website, Facebook page or something, here are the internal investigations that we've closed this quarter. A brief 2-sentence synopsis with the IA number.
Right.
Go pull it. It's public record if you'd like to learn more. And how many are we currently working on?
Right.
But yeah, if the department would go through those steps, just basic, simple steps. Hey, here's what we've done. We want to be transparent. If you want to learn more about it, you can learn more about it. A lot of people, I think, would really respect that a lot because that's a department being upfront saying, this is what we've got going on. Brief synopsis. Pull the report if you want to read the whole thing, and then it's up to the people. If they want to learn more, great, they have the information. If not, great.
Gotcha.
You know, like I'm not pushing it on people like the whole copy in the lobby. That's just for people who want to read it. If they don't want to read it, great. But things like that.
Yes, sir. Give me a second. I'll get somebody to help you.
I'm gonna get out of your hair, but things like that I think are important for people to.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and then it spiraled. You know, now they're making national news with this, and that's crazy.
The only thing I say is good. Sometimes when mistakes are made, we learn from it and we can move on.
And that's my point.
As law enforcement, I've learned it every day.
Yeah.
And even at 27 years, even as a captain of patrol, I almost learn every day because modern day policing has changed.
All of us.
I apologize too if I came off to you.
Chief needed you for a second.
Yeah, tell them I'll be there in a couple minutes. Okay. Tell them a couple minutes. Sorry, I was meeting. But
Yeah.
no, this is important because, like I said, the other day when I came out, I
They
wasn't.
probably hate that you're standing here talking to me right now.
But as a man to man, that's all. I'm not talking to you as long. I'm talking to you as man to
Yeah,
man.
I'm not here to get anybody. Really, I just picked up on one thing.
Yes, sir.
You kind of said, do you agree? Do you think, or does the department agree that school probably should have been notified?
I agree with that. I do agree with it.
I appreciate you.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mike.
That's respectful as
No, I agree with that. I
that.
think,
You know, and a lot of times ego prevents that.
And again, because of what's happened,
Yeah.
we do things differently.
I appreciate. That's my goal. That's my only
And I
goal.
agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%.
I appreciate you. I respect that. Genuinely, I respect that, and that's my goal. That's what I'm looking for.
Likewise.
Regardless of what we do, we can always learn from each other.
1,000,000%.
And sometimes ego from different people prevents that, or at least prevents admitting that. So it's big to. I appreciate that.
We have to learn every day, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. You take care.
Have a great day.
You too.
Let me know what you think about this encounter with Captain Quinn. Don't let me sway you, but I'll share my take. I do genuinely respect that he admitted the department screwed up. Did not expect that. You've seen in other videos his counterparts absolutely refuse to do that, even when the screw-ups are clear and everyone sees it. So there's a level of respect for that. As for the suggestion on the public notification of the internal investigations, I personally didn't feel that he was taking that in and taking it seriously. But whatever department does start to do that, they're going to earn a lot of respect from the people. So go catch up on the rest of the story so far, along with other stories that are going on, and stay tuned. These things keep evolving.